Hi, this is Rich Rodriguez, and I'm going to show you guys how to make $150 a day by simply talking. If you're new here, welcome. Before we get started, make sure to give me a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and click that notification bell to be notified of any future videos that I make. On my channel, what I talk about is how to make long-term income and short-term income to hit those small goals. The goal to make pizza money, gas money, snack money, and then of course we all have the goal to replace that 9 to 5. And that link is down below. It's going to be my #1 recommendation for making income so you can do the things that you've always wanted to do. Now, if you find value in my videos, please let other people know. Make sure and comment and like my video. On with this. So let's head on over to my computer and let me show you how it's done. The site that I'm telling you about is called textbroker.com. So what you want to do is you want to head on over to textbroker.com, type that into your search browser. It's just textbroker, and type textbroker.com. It brings you here. What you want to do is you actually want to be a writer. You want to I write content as opposed to I need content. What this site is for people who are online business owners, mostly bloggers, but pretty much anything that's online. And they don't have time, say they have a busy schedule, they don't have time, or they're a really large company, they don't have the time to write their own articles. They actually have you write the article. Their main content is, say, videos or instructional information, but they want the articles to be outsourced so other people could get that part done for them and save them that amount of time. What you do is you actually write the article. They tell you what they want the article to be written about, and you actually write the article. Now, each person gets a rating. The higher your rating, the more sought after you will be, and the more money you're going to make, obviously. So you want to write as eloquent as possible. Now, in order to sign up, you do need to be a United States citizen, a permanent resident, and write in English. It has to be American English. So for everybody outside of America and who doesn't speak American English fluently, I'm sorry, but this is actually for the Americans who speak American English well. So this is a easy, and I say easy. Did I say easy? A very easy way to make a few extra dollars. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sign up. I've already signed up for it, but I'm going to show you the sign up process. So I write content. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and then I am going to go straight to sign up. I'm going to sign up, and I don't want to sign up as a client. I want to sign up as an author. So I'm going to sign up as an author. And it's going to ask you a few pieces of information here. It's going to ask you your company name. And if you're just an individual, you don't have a company name. So obviously no. Put your gender. In my case, it's male. Put your name, put your address, the state you come from, and your date of birth. And what profession you usually work in, or you have a degree in, or whatever it might be in this case. In my case, I put automotive industry. So I put the automotive industry, I put my email address for my PayPal, I put in my phone number and how I heard about them, and then of course my email address to my main email address. I put my main email address in and I put in my password. Now, since I've already signed up for you guys, so I wanted to make sure that this was going to be as easy as possible. It's not going to show me the exact information that it showed me when I signed up, but the page is going to pretty much look like this, and then it's going to give you a few instructions initially on how to set this up. What it's going to do is it's going to give you a few topics. It's going to say, write about your favorite restaurant. Within 200 to 300 words, give us a compelling article about your favorite restaurant, about your favorite movie, about the favorite city you like to go to, about the bar that you like to go to, and make it compelling. And then it'll also say, speak in a third-person tone. You want to say something more like, this bar has great ambiance, has great atmosphere. There's a lot of nice people there. Lifelong friends have been made at this bar because it attracts a great crowd. Something to that effect is what you want to say. You don't want to speak in first person. You want to speak in third person, meaning that you have already been told about it and someone else is telling you about it, or you have heard about it through the grapevine, as it were. It's more important to follow the instructions. The instructions say to speak about this subject, or that subject. Speak about it in third person. And then it also says make the heading of your article, and your article, again, usually about 2-3 paragraphs long, make the heading of your article in bold print, and it's in heading 2, that's H2. And it gives you instructions on how to do that. It's HTML editing. It's very, very simple. And I'll kind of show you here on the screen in just a moment. But it tells you to put that in the H2 format. And then once you're done with that, you submit it. Then the third thing it's going to ask you is to submit a picture of your driver's license in a selfie format, something like this. And that's how I did it. And then send a picture of just your driver's license so they can get a higher resolution photo. They want to make sure they know who they're speaking to. They know you are a real person. And again, I'm going to show you how to do all this with voice like I promised you at the beginning, right? So it's going to be super, super simple to do it with just your voice. You don't even really need a keyboard to do much of any of this. So you're going to need a mic, whether it be a mic that you got with your earbuds and the cell phone that you got with, and that's, you know, a little earbud and a little mic that comes down. Or in my case, I use my desktop Yeti mic, or you could use your webcam mic, but you're gonna need a mic of some sort. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you how to do is how to use HTML brackets. They're fairly simple. I'm gonna show you how to make H2 for the smaller one, H1 for the larger one, and center brackets, which is what I use because I wanted to make everything centered and make it look good. So it's simple, it's like this. If I wanted to center everything, I'm going to put a bracket like that, that's shift, and then the comma button while you're holding shift, and it puts that bracket. And then I'm going to type in center, and then I'm going to close that bracket. So anything to the right of that is going to be centered on my page. So let's say I want it to be H2, which is bold. It's not the boldest, but it's very bold and it's very large heading that you would see in the top of an article. So I'm going to put a bracket. I can put capital H or lower h. By the way, it doesn't matter if you put center in capital or not. It doesn't matter of any of the wording if it's in capital or not. Any of the letters in capital or not. So I'm going to put H2 and I'm going to close that bracket. And I'm going to put it is me. I'm just going to say it is me. It is me. And I am large. Like that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put a bracket to close that. Now, whenever you're closing a bracket, you want to put a backslash. So I'm going to put a backslash, and since H2 was the second one that I used, I'm going to enclose it. I'm going to do it like that, and then I'm going to put a bracket again, and I'm going to put center. So that's going to close it. So these two right here are going to be the closers, and of course these two right here are going to be the openers. But you want to put it in the order. Center has to be on the outside, and H2 has to be on the inside in this case. So let's say I just wanted to make it underlined, right? I wanted to do something like this, and I want to put a U to underline it, and then I want to underline it. I want to close it, right? So I'm going to put bracket, I'm going to put U, and then I'm going to underline it. So now what I'm going to see is it's going to say it is me and I am larger. It's going to be in bold. That's how it's going to work. So that's how you write the article. In this case, it wants you to write the article and you want to follow the instructions. You don't want to just deviate like I just did here. You want to write the article, so you want to do it something like that. I added center because I wanted my text to be in the center. So when you see it on the screen, it's going to be a large, bold print. It's going to look something like this. So pretty much this is what it's going to look like. You notice it's centered and it's large. It's a large heading. This is what we're looking at here. It's going to tell you to do this in the instructions, and then you're going to submit it. And then it'll send you an email that says, okay, go ahead and submit your driver's license and your selfie. And then once you get all that done, it will eventually tell you, okay, we've rated you at this. And the better you get over time, the higher your rating is going to be. And again, the higher your rating is going to be, the more you're going to be sought after. Now, let's get to the great part. I'm going to show you how to do this with your voice. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to open up our browser. We're going to go to Google Docs. And I'm just going to do a search for it. I'm not even going to do it. Okay, go to Google Docs, do a search, and it's going to open up Google Docs. We're going to go to personal, obviously. We're going to go to personal here, and then we're going to open up a blank one. When we go to the blank one, what it's going to do, instead of us having to type it out, right? Instead of having to type it out, what we want to do is we want to do it by voice. So we're going to go to Tools, and we're going to go to Voice Typing. Now you have to have a microphone already hooked up in order to get this done. And it has to be your default microphone. In my case, I have many microphones hooked up to my computer, but your default microphone is the one that's going to be doing the recording. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you want to go down to your panel here and you want to go to System. Go to System, you want to go to Sound. And then when you go to Sound, you're going to see where it says Input, and it's going to tell you your microphone. In my case, I am going with my Yeti microphone. You can see I'm talking there right now. If it's not your default microphone, which is the one you've chosen, then choose which microphone you want to use. In my case, again, it's my Yeti microphone. So it has to be your default microphone. Now you've got that set up. It's as simple as clicking on this little black icon right here of a microphone, and you start talking. And you notice it's taking everything I say. It's actually just going with the flow. Now I want to say a sentence, something like this. Okay, I am now writing an article, and it is pretty darn easy to write an article with your voice. You don't need any special skills, and most of the grammar is corrected for you. The spelling is most definitely corrected for you. Period. New line. You see how a new line was just now put in? The things that you can tell it to do is add a period, and then you can tell it new line. Every now and then you might want to do a little correction with your space bar, but for the most part you're writing the article by voice. And what I want to do is I want to indent it right here, and I want to make that capital, so I actually did that with my keyboard. Oh my gosh, it took me about 2 seconds. And then you see how these words right here are underlined? They're not necessarily misspelled, but they may be corrected. So I'm going to right click on it, and it's spelled correctly, obviously. But we don't want to put corrected, we want to put correct. And then of course right here, we don't want to put these alternatives, we want to leave it as corrected. This is the way I spoke, this is the way I want it to be. Again, you might want to look at grammar because it doesn't know how you should do your grammar. It knows the proper grammar for things. So you might want to go back and look at that, but it's that simple. I can write an article with my voice inside of 10 or 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. I can write 10 or 12 paragraphs within a minute, and then it's just that simple. Once you get all that done, you're going to left click and you're going to drag it over there. You're going to right click and you're going to put copy or cut, it doesn't matter. And then you can go ahead and close this out, and then you could go into your article and drop it there. Now in this case, I just using an example here, I put word counter in here, but it actually counts your words for you. I'm just going to drop the words in there, and it's going to tell me how many words. I've gotten 73 words out of 381 characters. So it kind of gives it a breakdown of what I have there. But it's that simple. Now once you get all of your voice set up and you get it right the way you want it to be, then you do the copy and paste, and you paste it there in the article, and you hit submit. And you submit it, and then you go through the things that I just told you, and then you just wait for them to send you the confirmation that yes, you've been accepted, and yes, we're going to start sending you articles, and this is what your rating is. So typically each article pays $75, and you can knock out 2 articles in less than an hour. It's pretty darn easy. So that's what, $150 an hour just using your voice? You can't really beat that. $150 an hour is pretty darn good. It's pretty easy, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, or you just have time when you get home from work to knock out a few of these. Again, they're going to send you articles for you to be able to write for them. And it'll be pretty simple stuff, and you can knock it out in just a few minutes, and you can make yourself some money. And it pays you with PayPal. So if you don't already have a PayPal, run over to PayPal and get yourself a PayPal account. They're free. Sign up with a PayPal account. It'll give you a PayPal email address that you use in order to get paid. And then you come back here and you put your PayPal email address in when you sign up, and you start getting PayPal money. And PayPal money could be used anywhere for anything online. And then of course you want to use it not online. What you can do is one of 2 ways. You could either get a PayPal card, it's kind of like a little debit card, and you get that PayPal card from them, or you could actually do what I did and set up that PayPal account to marry itself to my bank account. And of course, it's not my main bank account. I don't suggest you use your main bank account for anything online. It's my secondary bank account that I opened up actually in another bank, specifically for online purchases or getting paid on PayPal. But I've been using PayPal for many, many years. It's pretty darn trustworthy. It's a great little site. A lot of people use it. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight on how to make $150 by just using your voice in less than an hour. So remember, our futures are not decided for us. We decide them. So make yours a good one.